So welcome back to the review section. Now to talk about what Sam actually said before, that Japan lost 2 islands due to climate change. Now these aren't so bad for Japan as they didn't lose too much money. However, there is another island that is in danger, which is Akira Torishima. Now this island is being, I guess, slowly swallowed up by the rising water levels, and as a result, Japan started to worry a little bit. Now, Japan also say that from this land, it covers 400,000 square meters around it, and therefore that is technically Japan's. However, China and South Korea have contested this.
Contest.
Contest.
And this kind of relates to what the actual definition of an island is. So I do believe that the main definition that we go by states that an island is a naturally formed area of land surrounded by water, which at high tide is still above water level, and surrounded by rocks that cannot sustain human habitation or economic life of their own, shall have no exclusive economic zone. Therefore, Japan are really trying to dispute this. They really want to kind of redefine the definition a bit so that they can claim the territory as their own.
Habitation.
Habitation. With all this talk about climate change and global warming, how do you think this might change the borders of, let's say, England?
Well, to be honest, I don't think it would affect England too much. On our coastline, we have a lot of kind of high cliffs. So I don't think that global warming will have too much effect, but I can definitely see us getting up maybe a bit stricter on like kind of towns or coastal cities. People might try to move inwards, which could have an economic impact, definitely. So I'm kind of curious to see what would happen, but at the same time, I would never want global warming or to have a huge effect. But yeah, what do you think?
Well, if we relate back to Australia, Australia's a bit of the opposite. Basically, the shoreline and the houses meet quite close. There have been a lot of landslides that are happening because of the rising water levels, and people have had to evacuate their houses. Yes, which will mean that they have to push their property back or demolish their property and buy a new property. So this may come into effect for the people who are on the coastal line, but those people have a lot of money anyway, so I don't care about them. So I'm sure they have enough money to go and move inward, like the rest of us. So, but depending on how big the rising water levels are, I mean, this could obviously spell disaster, but Australia is quite a big continent. So half of our continent is basically countryside and desert, so I guess we'll just have to go in a little bit more.
Exactly.
Maybe. But do you think that like Japan has a claim, like a valid claim on that island, which I can't remember the name for, I'm sorry. Like, should it lose that part of the exclusive economic zone?
Well, I don't think that they have a claim if it doesn't kind of fit into the standard definition anymore, or the accepted definition. So I can totally understand why they would want to claim this island. They gain more land, whether it's under the sea or not, and access to resources. So it can have a big impact on their economy. But if it doesn't fit the definition, then no. But do you have any different opinion?
No, I definitely agree with you that I can understand why they want something. As we know, Japan also has a current dispute with Korea, with Dokdo, right? So I know that it's all about claiming ownership and like they wanting to expand and become bigger, and if there's any resources in that area, they want it for their own benefit. So I can understand why they want it, but there are laws, sea laws as well, so they need to abide by that. Anyway, that wraps it up for today, and we'll see you on the next unit.